Hello friends! Today's video is chock full of cleaning motivation. Come spend this summer afternoon with me as I sweep, mop, dust, and scrub my way through our lower level. I'm doing all the usual stuff, but I also get in our extra storage room and organize it a bit. I also take my 5x7 backdoor rug out to the driveway, and my youngest son and I give it a good scrubbing and power washing. I was so happy with everything we accomplished today. So pop my video on your TV, tablet, or phone and clean along with me, or sit back and relax with your favorite drink and stockpile this cleaning motivation for future use. Hope you enjoy. Don't forget to like my video, comment below, subscribe to my channel, and click that bell notification for more inspiring motivational videos. Let's be friends on Instagram too. You can find me at Home with Elizabeth. So we are starting with laundry as always, and this is actually a load from the day before. I put it in late at night and I just didn't get back down here to stick it in the dryer. So we are just throwing that in the dryer, and then we are getting my clothes into the washer here to get them washed. We're in this extra storage room that we have right here off of the laundry area, and you know, it's summertime, we're using a ton of beach towels all the time, and I do store them in here, and of course they're just messed up, so I'm just getting them nice and organized so that it's not a huge mess in here. And there was just stuff in here that needed taken out. Extra boxes, a couple of my extra comforters just needed situated. I had brought down my steam mop and stuff that I'm going to keep in here, and like the parts were just all over the place. So we're just getting stuff organized in here, and we've been using the dehumidifier in here to dry shoes from early morning runs and late night runs when the boys' shoes are getting wet. And the only plug in this room is behind our freezer here, so they had moved the freezer out. There was the dehumidifier, and I pulled it out. We just need to start using it in the basement again, and I need to get this freezer back so that this room is just easily accessible. So just a tiny bit of organization and decluttering, and just it felt good to actually be able to open the door and not see like just clutter like right at the beginning of the door. And I'm getting it how I like it, friends. Like, no one puts stuff back away like mom does, so that's what we're doing. This tub here was, I spoke in, I think one of my last, maybe my last two videos. We had a fundraising golf outing for our football boosters. My husband is the president, so we were running it, and that's just the extra catering stuff that we had from the restaurant that catered it for us. I just needed to get it washed before we took it back to them, and it was just sitting here in the basement ready to go get in my van for us to drop off. So we're just getting it out of the family room so we can start cleaning. So as you guys know, my family room does not get that dirty. It gets a little dusty. The floor stuff gets dirty, the rug gets dirty. So we're literally just vacuuming the rug, the floor. We're gonna vacuum the couch, and we're just gonna get it set back to rights, just so it looks less chaotic. And while I get this stuff vacuumed, I want to welcome you back to my channel. If you're new around here, my name's Elizabeth. I'm a 51-year-old wife and stay-at-home mom to 7 adult/teenage children. I have 2 girls that live outside the home. They're 27 and 23. I have 3 boys that still live at home. They're 20, 17, and my baby will be 16 next month. I'm so sad about that. I also have 2 bonus boys. They're 16-year-old twins. They're my nephews that I got custody of a few years ago. On my channel, you're going to find cleaning motivation, cleaning inspiration, a little bit of decorating and organization and decluttering. But what you're going to find lots and lots of is real life. I like to keep it very real here on my channel and share my perfectly imperfect life with you all. I also strive to help others not feel so alone in this world and to help them realize that the best way to live their life as is their most perfectly imperfect self also. If this sounds like content that you would enjoy watching, make sure you subscribe to my channel because I would love to have you join my community. All right, so we are done vacuuming in the family room there, and I am getting my iMagic wet dry mop, and I'm just filling it with tap water. Our tap water is pretty hot. It's probably about 140 degrees is what they say, and that's just happens to be what they say to use in these things, like no hotter than that. And so I just fill it with hot water. It takes 2 small capfuls of their cleaner, and I'm just getting all the dirty water tank, the clean water tank, and the brush on, and we're going to get this floor mopped. Now friends, I have told you guys before many times that I do often vacuum in the basement here before I mop because one, I have many children. They're boys. They play many different types of sports, so they're always bringing rocks in this basement, and we enter and exit through our basement all the time. They're always bringing rocks, dirt, grass, turf, like the artificial grass turf. I don't know if you've ever been on a turf field, but if you have not, it has little rubber little rubber pellets in it that help cushion it and protect the players. I call them turf turds because they're little round black balls. They bring those in, and I just don't want to cause any havoc in my wet dry mops. So I almost always vacuum down here before I do my mop. So that's why if you think, Elizabeth, it's a vacuum and a mop, why are you vacuuming? That's why, just in case you're new around here. All right, so my nephew's clothes were in the dryer. They were done. My clothes were done in the washer, and we are getting them in the dryer. And I only had 2 things to hang up of mine. So we're gonna clean off this rack of mine that I use for drying my clothes. As you can see, there's bathing suits and beach towels. These were the sheets that Mackie puked on. In my last video, I'd got them washed and dried. I just hadn't done anything with them. I'd threw them up there when I needed to use the dryer. We just took them over to the family room, and we're going to fold them here in a little bit. So I just got those few items of mine hung up, and now we're going to get this living room put back together. We're going to start putting it back together, fixing the cushions and the ottoman, and we're getting the kennels back in, and we are going to sit down on this couch and fold these sheets. And friends, this has to be a record for me washing sheets. A lot of times when I change my bed, the sheets make it down here to the laundry area into the clothes basket to be washed. And a lot of times they don't get washed for a while because, again, I have a lot of laundry, and sometimes it's tough fitting those extra loads in. But because Mackie had puked on these, I'd brought them right down, sprayed the spot, and got them in the washer to wash and dry. And then this next day I'm folding them, and I don't show it, but I do actually eventually take them right up to the closet, and I do put them away in the same day. So go Elizabeth. We are slowly moving out of this family room into the hallway area. I usually tend to do this right hallway and then swing back around and do like my laundry area last. I kind of go in a circle. It just seems like just a natural progression. Also, the hall is never really that dirty, and so it's always nice to like knock it out of the way. And I do want to mention the vacuum I'm using. This is the vacuum that was gifted to me from Klarpul about a month ago. It's a cordless vac, and it is wonderful. I did review on it. Maybe I'll throw, except for the last couple times I've tried to throw a video in the cards, it's not been working. So maybe I'll try and do it in the cards again, but I'll definitely post it down in the description box, my review for this vacuum. It is a wonderful vacuum. It has many good pros, and it does have a few cons, and I do go over those in my video. But the best thing I love about this vacuum, as you can see right here, is it stands on its own. That is my new favorite feature of a cordless vacuum, and I probably will never buy another vacuum that doesn't do that. It is a very reasonable vacuum, especially if you don't have thick carpets. That's where a lot of the cons come in, is it's not really good on thick carpets. It is, but it drains the battery a lot. So if you have a house that has mainly non-carpeted floors or just thin area rugs, this is a wonderful vacuum to get. And I will leave a link to it down in the description box also. I know I mentioned my wet dry mop before. It's called the iMagic. I actually bought it myself. I will leave a link to it also down below. And I have also reviewed it. And if I can figure out, again, how to do those cards in the corner, I will do it. If not, I'll leave a link below. Again, it has lots of pros and just a few cons. And in those videos where I review it, I do kind of talk about them. But it is a wonderful vacuum mop if you need a second one in your home, or if you just cannot stand the thought of paying $400 for a Tyneco. This one was, I think I paid about $169 for it with tax. It is a great starter wet dry mop. All right, so now that we're done with the hallway, I just went over here to my laundry area, and I'm getting boxes that need to be taken out. I'm putting this dehumidifier under our stairs here. This is where I like to keep it. And I am just going to put my laundry stuff into the storage room so that when I eventually flip around here to do this, I'm not having to work all around this stuff, because the other clothes I do today, which is a Friday, are towels, so I don't need any of the racks or anything like that. So my clothes are done. We're getting them out of the dryer, and we're going to get them folded, and then I'm going to switch back over to my laundry area, and we're going to sort the towels. So I am lucky enough to live in a town that we have curbside recycling for plastics and glass, but we do not have curbside recycling for anything else. But we do only live about 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes away from our county recycling. And so I do store stuff in our garage. So that's where I was taking that plastic. Well, I just took it to the back door of the garage. Once I get in that area, you'll see me start to take everything out into the garage. But we usually collect it for a week or so. And then that's my oldest son's job, is he will load everything in his truck and he will take it to the recycling. recycling center. So he'll do like our cardboard, and when we mow our grass, we do bag our grass, and we take it to the recycling center too, because they recycle it, they turn it into mulch and like fertilizer and stuff like that. So we do store that type of stuff in our garage. But again, a lot of times during the week, it'll just get shoved down here in the basement, and generally once a week I will get it out of the basement. So I just sorted my colored towels and my white towels, and we're going to get these colored towels in our washer and start getting them washed. All right, we're all done with this hallway, so we're gonna get this rug back down. And I don't have to wash this rug as much as I did when we first got it, because we don't get a lot of traffic in the hallway here. It's basically like my oldest son going to visit my youngest son in his room, or my youngest son going to visit my oldest son in his room. So I didn't even bother washing it because it didn't even really need it. So we are going to get this laundry area all mopped up. I will tell you that I did not clean the bathroom down here today, but it is in desperate need of a clean. I'm hoping to get to it here maybe within the next day or two, but it needs a really good deep clean, because my oldest son and my youngest son, they are like, I don't know what it is about them, but my guess is it's a part of it has to do with it's a smaller size bathroom, so it looks dirtier faster, but we need to get in there and get it cleaned. And I am going to try, and I've said this before, that I'm not going to film it because it's so hard in there, but I am going to try and film a little bit of it, just as some motivation and inspiration for you guys. Even if I just do a little bit of it, like maybe cleaning the toilet and stuff like that, just to give a little bit of motivation, give a little bit of inspiration, just to help you guys out if you need it. So here is the first water pour for this wet dry mop. And I've talked about before, the one thing I do not like about this wet dry mop is it doesn't have an inside filter, but that dry filter catches a lot of the grass and dirt and stuff, as you just saw. And there's just a little bit here, but wait till you see this water. It's pretty dirty, which is to be expected. Again, we have a million people that live in this house, and we always are coming in and out of this basement multiple times a day. So it's just how it is. So we're going to get another clean water tank filled here, and we're going to finish mopping this basement. So this is the far end of the basement, and we get little spider webs here in our window. So I'm just using my vacuum to get them all sucked up and looking fine and looking pretty and spider free. So here we go, friends. Here's all the boxes I've collected from down here. We're just taking them out, going over to the garage to put them in. We're putting this in my van because the next day is Saturday. We're going to drop it off. And those were the planters and the paint that I had in the attic steps that I cleaned. We're getting them out in my garage. I have shelves out there that I keep all my painting supplies on. And I did take one pan from that bin. I don't know if you saw that, but it was dirty a little bit still. I'm going to take it upstairs and wash it. So I just showed you my Mrs. Meyer's all-purpose cleaner. I have my mint one that I just keep here in the basement. We're just dusting my shoe bench here. This is a little shelf that my youngest son made at school in his drafting class. It has like the pups and stuff on it, and then we keep like their poop bags and stuff on it. So just dusting it up. And that is my sports bag. I was just, you know, organizing it and decluttering it. That is what I have vacuumed so far in this basement, and then I'm going to vacuum my rug, and I'm going to show you how much more I vacuum up out of this rug. Of course, I don't know if you saw all the younger kids there. Everyone's finally waking up and moving around, but look how much more stuff I vacuumed out of that rug. So this is where I decided I am taking it outside. I'm going to spread it out a little later here in the driveway, and we are going to take the power washer to it, and I'm going to take a broom with some carpet cleaner in a bucket to it to scrub it down. But we're going to do that a little later. We're going to finish up this basement. And this is where I especially vacuum in the basement, because that's the back door where everyone comes in, and that rug catches a lot of the rocks and dirt and turf turds. So I am always going to vacuum this end the best, just because I don't want to suck that stuff up in my wet dry mops. All right, and there's the final debris cup of the basement sweep. So yeah, pretty dusty, pretty dirty, pretty grassy. It felt good to get that stuff off of the floor. So our colorful towels are done, and we're getting them out of the washer into the dryer, throwing in a dryer sheet, throwing in my wool balls so we can start this dryer and get them dried. So we're putting my powdered Tide in, a little bit of bleach so I can wash all of these white towels. Typically we use white towels just for the pups. Every once in a while someone uses them in the shower, but they're mostly used for the dogs to wipe off their paws daily and to give them baths. So they get hot water, Tide, and bleach. So that was my youngest son right there, and this is where I kind of told him, hey, I stuck a rug outside, why don't you go start cleaning it and I will give you some moolah. So he agreed to start cleaning that rug for me and get it ready for me to come out and start scrubbing it with a broom and stuff. So we are almost done mopping this basement. I'm going to put my mop on my base to get it clean, and then we're going to head outside and get this rug done.
Battery charging. Please begin self-cleaning cycle. Start quick self-cleaning mode.
All right, so this is just out our back door in front of our garages, and I'm just spreading this rug out. We have the pressure washer, and we're gonna get it all wet and soaked. And then I go in and get just a stick broom. I don't really have anything else. And then I get my cedar bucket and I put a little bit of carpet cleaner in it and some really, really hot water. And I'm going to come out here and I'm going to scrub the really, really dirty spots, like where we come in from the back door and where we come in from the garage door. Those tend to get really dirty and really stained, and we're going to scrub those really good. And you can kind of see here with this setting my son's using, he's getting a lot of that dirt up and loosening it. So I think that's what helped me be able to just use this. I mean, it's just a stick broom from like Walmart or the Dollar Tree. And it works really well to get the stains up. And then I'm going to show you the dirty water pour, how dirty this rug was. And then the next day it dried all this day and then overnight. And then the next day we put it back. And so at the end of us cleaning here, it's going to be a different clip. I'm going to show you how well it looks clean wise, but it is the next day clip. So, I mean, that's pretty dirty just from using a broom. Like, that broom got a lot of that dirt up. And we do happen to have a squeegee. Now, it's not a carpet squeegee, it's like a cement squeegee, but we got it to work to get all the extra soap and water and stuff out. And I'm gonna tell you, I paid my son $10 for helping me do this, and it was well worth that $10. I mean, because I've taken this to the laundromat before and it cost me about $10 to wash it and dry it at the laundromat, and it didn't even get half as clean as it got today. And we just let it dry in the sun, and then when the sun went down, we took it into my garage. But we just draped it over some sawhorses. So here is that next day after we put it back in the house.
That turned out a lot better than I expected.
It'll be hard to do in the, I think right there. I think we put it the right way. Like, it just looks a little darker right there.
Yeah. Oh, maybe right there, Mom. Right there, it looks a little dull.
Yeah, like, because it was dark when you came in from the garage, and then when you came in the back door.
What do you, like, right?
All right, we are still working on these laundry, but this is my colored towels we're going to get out of the dryer, and I'm going to take them over to the family room to fold them, and we're going to get the white towels in the dryer, and I'm going to put my mop head on my drying rack to dry. I know I say this all the time, friends. I am behind on answering comments. I am hoping that the day you see this, you're going to be seeing this on the 7th of August. I am doing this voiceover on August 5th. It is a administration day, I like to call it. So once I finish this voiceover and get it plugged into my video, I am hoping to spend enough time on YouTube to get all of your guys' comments replied to. There's just not enough hours in the day. And so I generally end up like batch replying to comments. But again, I'm hoping when you're seeing this that I've answered everyone and commented back. So we're just getting these steps vacuumed, and they were not too bad. I didn't show you my canister before, but it was an empty canister. I do show you after, though, everything that I've swept up from these steps. And I cannot wait to get this carpet off these steps. Friends, I need like 3 extra days every week for as many projects, and a money tree. So, because for as many projects as we want done, I need those extra days and that money tree. But I guess that's just part of owning a house, is you do stuff when you can, and it's just a work in progress, and when you get to stuff, you get to stuff. So until then, we just live with the beautiful 70s carpet, and I just keep it swept to keep it dirt free. And honestly, it wouldn't be too bad, but I can't wait to show you when we tear it up. It's like it's so old that whatever they used to put it on the steps, like it's moved over the years. And so our steps have like lumps on them. So that makes it a little like that I don't like it either. So as you see here, just dust and dirt and grass and a little bit of tiny dog hair. And that's where it really collects up on that metal part of my inside cup of my vacuum. Like that really collects that like lint and stuff like that. All right, friends, we have made it to getting the white clothes out of the dryer. I was so proud of myself. It's one thing I like about cleaning my basement is I almost always stay on top of my laundry the day I clean my basement. So we're gonna fold this. We have like less than a minute left. So friends, we have made it to the end. Thank you for sticking with me if you have. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you commenting. I appreciate you liking my videos. It means the world to me. So real quick, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, I would appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, why the heck not? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, then that bell notification so you never miss another one of my videos. I release every Monday and Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and would love to have you part of my community. So until next video, friends, have a great day. I'll see you later. Bye.